What's happening, everybody? MG here. MGCovers, bringing you a brand new sports handicapping video. Title of this video is an MLB sports betting preview for April the 10th, 2023. This is the official day I'm launching the MLB Power Rankings. I've made a lot of changes to this model and the approach to Major League Baseball. Super excited to present this to you today and give you some tips that can help improve your handicapping for the 2023 season. If you're watching this video for the first time, greatly appreciate you subscribing to the channel. Big shout out to all my subscribers now and watching this channel grow over the last 4 years. Greatly appreciate the support. If you want to follow me on social media, it's MGCovers, covers spelled with a Z. Give out a ton of content on Instagram and Twitter, so you get a lot of value simply by following me there. Okay, so let's dive into Major League Baseball, and I'm going to talk about my approach. Now, what you see here, obviously, these are my lines for Major League Baseball for today. And then over here is basically a ranking order of the power rankings. Now, really what I want to focus on and how I've structured the back test and made changes to the model is, in a nutshell, we want to play. So these are the top 5 teams via my power rankings: Dodgers, Tampa Bay, San Francisco, Milwaukee, Boston. So we wanted to look at playing these teams on the run line. All right. And then we scroll down here. For teams ranked 21 through 30, we want to look at playing against these teams, meaning playing them on the run line. And then everything in between, and this is based on a lot of back testing, 6 through 20, is that these are basically 50-50 games here. So we would love to play the dog in this situation, although if we have positive line movement late, we may potentially play one of these teams on the run line. And I'm going to go ahead and go through this, and then I'll explain a lot of the rules. And what I've done is I've tried to make this a, quote, plug-and-play model. And the reason behind a plug-and-play model, if you're new to the channel, it's basically, there's no situationally handicapping involved. You have a process for eliminating games, and it makes it easy to pull the trigger. Okay, so, and we'll talk about these rules here as we go. So the first game, we got White Sox, Minnesota, and you'll see here White Sox are the number 9 team, and Minnesota is 29th team, so this will definitely be a potential play on the run line. So put an X here, and while we're here, let's run over here and check the line for the game. And we can see that the White Sox are the favorite, and Minnesota's a small dog. And so we can get the White Sox for plus 147. So again, this wouldn't be a play, but this is what we call a first cut play, meaning it's a potential play. All right. Next one, we have Yankees and Cleveland, and we'll see here Yankees are 11th team, and we have Cleveland as the bottom team. Let's take a look at the lines. And now this is an important rule. This is one thing adjustment I made to the model this year. You can see where you said, well, we have the Yankees as the favorite, and Cleveland is Yankees are the underdog, and Cleveland's the favorite. However, if you look at my line, we have Yankees as the favorite. So in this situation, when there's a conflict between my line and sportsbook line, I would pass because I found this to be most effective during the back testing. Okay, so we go to Oakland, Baltimore, and you'll see that Baltimore is 14th best team. And we have Oakland down here at the bottom. So this would be a potential play against Oakland. And this brings us to one of our next rules. Okay. So normally we would play against Oakland on the run line. However, Baltimore is the home team, which means they're only going to get 8 guaranteed at bats, because if they're winning and it's the top of the ninth, they're not going to hit. And you said, why is that important? It's very important because if you look at some of these records, for example, look at the White Sox. They're 5-5 on the run line, but 4-3 on the road. Houston is 5-5 on the run line, but 2-1 on the road. And it's a very simple statistical fact is that if you're the away team, you're guaranteed 9 at bats. So that's why the way I'm going to handicap MLB, I'm only going to play teams on the run line if they are the away team. So in this particular scenario where you have, even though we have, quote, Baltimore as basically the favorite as a potential play on the run line, we would simply pass because they are home. Okay. Houston and Pittsburgh. We have Pittsburgh here. Houston 27th. Yeah, so we've got Pittsburgh as a favorite, and you'll see here Pittsburgh is the dog. So again, the way I handicap that's a conflict, meaning my line different than the sportsbook line, so I'm going to pass. And now Boston and Tampa Bay. Now the old way I would cap this would basically be a 50-50 game. Both these teams are really good, so what we do in this situation, since they're both in the top 5, one of my rules is we would pass on that one. So you can see it's a good process for eliminating games. Miami and Philadelphia. We have Miami here, Philadelphia up here. So we have Philadelphia as the favorite. And Philadelphia as the dog. So again, conflict, meaning we have Philadelphia as the favorite. They're listed as a dog, so that would be a pass. San Diego and the Mets. We have San Diego, yeah, pretty good. 7th best team. And the New York Mets are the 22nd best team, and they're listed in this red category, so that means that would be a play on the run line as long as San Diego is favored, and they are the underdog here, so that would be a pass. Okay, so we go to Cincinnati and Atlanta. You can see Cincinnati is 20th, and we have Atlanta as 8th. So the way I would play this would be, this is basically a 50-50 game. So how I would cap this, I would play Cincinnati if we get positive line movement. And if the line movement favors Atlanta, it would simply be a pass. Why? Because Atlanta is the home team. And they're only guaranteed 8 at-bats. So it's either, the way I would cap that is a potential play in favor of Cincinnati, but it's either Cincinnati or a no play. Okay, Seattle, Chicago Cubs. We've got Cubs right here. Seattle is the play against team. Let's take a look and see if Chicago, what this line looks like. So here we have Seattle as the favorite. Chicago as the dog. So in this particular scenario, this would simply be a pass. And even if Chicago was the favorite, it would be a pass because Chicago is the home team. All right, let's go to Kansas City and Texas. This is a good one. This is another rule I'll put in place. So when you have two, quote, bad teams playing, it's a classic 50-50 game. So we would lean on the underdog here between Kansas City and Texas. And let's see who is the underdog. The underdog is Kansas City. Now, that would be pending line movement. You can see the line's already moved against Kansas City significantly, but that doesn't necessarily mean we would play against it. We would wait till closer to game and see where that line moves. So that would be a potential play in favor of KC. So we'll put an X there. Scroll down, St. Louis and Colorado. Okay, both these teams are in this section here, so this is basically a 50-50 game. And St. Louis is the favorite. So what we do here, so this would be, if the line moves in favor of St. Louis, we would place St. Louis on the run line, and we would end up getting, let's see, plus 108. The line moves in favor of Colorado. It would simply be a play in favor of Colorado there at around, whoops, I got to run line up, plus 131. So we'll put an X, and what I'll do there's a lot of different ways to stay organized. I can actually put an X here, or if you're writing this down, that's kind of how I would do it. So if I got any clients watching this, I would write down both of those teams so I would know it was a play for either St. Louis or Colorado contingent upon line movement. And let's take a look at Washington and the Angels here. We have okay, Washington there, Angels. So this is basically a 50-50 game. And we have Angels here on the bottom. So this is either Washington or a no play. So we'll put an X next to Washington there. And 2 more to go, Milwaukee and Arizona. Both these teams are favorites via my line. We'll take a look where they are. Okay, Milwaukee is here. Arizona is listed here. So this will be a Milwaukee run line play. And they are home. So let's see if they're favorites. and they're underdogs. So in this particular case, this would simply be a no play. That's how I would handicap that. Now, as the season progresses and I get some data, I may make changes to how I'm handicapping this. Depending on the results, I'm tracking some data. I'm actually doing ghost wagers right now, which means I'm playing games live, but not actually wagering real money, so that I have some actual data to go by and reference. And then finally, let's look at Dodgers and San Francisco. We have Dodgers as number one team. San Francisco is here. So again, both those teams are in the top 5. So it would be a pass either way. And San Francisco the favorite. So to review this, we have Chicago White Sox would be a run line play. Cincinnati on the money line. Kansas City on the money line. St. Louis on the money line, or Colorado as a dog. And finally, Washington as a dog. So that's it, and we'll continue to track this. And if you want access to all these power rankings and any of the changes that we make, you can get that for $50 a month. Gives you access not only Major League Baseball power rankings, but also our soccer power rankings. And that's it. Well, that's all we have right now. And you also get access to all the videos. We have over, I think right now, about 150 coaching videos on the website related to how to handicap. If you want access to everything I just mentioned, in addition to all my plays, that is $100 a month. Very strong value. And if you join for the entire year, you save about $600 yearly, and you could join for $4.99. So good luck today, and I'm planning to make a lot of these videos, sports betting preview videos for Major League Baseball. Like this video, comment, subscribe. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.